Most men over 50 don't miss signs of interest from women because they're clueless or slow. It's because the signs themselves have evolved. She won't be giggling like a teenager or making bold, flirty moves. Instead, she might ask a soft, almost forgettable question, something that seems casual, harmless even, but it's actually an invitation. If you don't recognize it and step through, that door closes quietly and the moment passes. You walk away thinking it was just a pleasant chat, while she walks away thinking, guess he wasn't interested. You didn't say anything wrong. You just didn't say what mattered. You didn't hear the question beneath the question. And that's what this video's really about. Those subtle moments when a woman is making a move, just not in the way most men are trained to notice. Because when she's interested, she won't come out and say it. Instead, she'll test the waters with questions wrapped in curiosity and care. Let's start with one of the most common, yet often misunderstood questions. How old are you really? At first glance, it seems harmless, maybe even playful. But when a woman leans in to ask this, she's not checking your ID. She knows you're not in your 30s. She's not looking for your birth year. What she wants to know is how you carry your age. Do you wear it like something to be ashamed of? Or do you wear it like something that's made you richer, deeper, and wiser? If you squirm, deflect, crack a joke, or worse, treat it like a trick question, she notices. She's not asking for a number. She's asking for your confidence. A man who replies, old enough to know what matters, young enough to enjoy it, or smiles and says, you want the number or the attitude, is speaking from a place of grounded assurance. He's not trying to be younger, he's owning who he is. And that kind of confidence is magnetic. I remember Rick, a sharp guy, 64, stylish and divorced, telling me about a woman he met at a jazz lounge downtown. After a bit of light conversation, she leaned in and asked, how old are you really? Rick, trying to be witty, shot back, too old for you. She laughed, but it wasn't the kind of laugh he was hoping for. The mood cooled instantly. Later, he realized he hadn't just missed the joke. He missed the moment. He missed the moment. When a woman asks, why aren't you married? She's not just prying, she's testing the waters. It might sound intrusive or judgmental at first, but what she's really asking is, are you open to love now? Is there space in your life for someone like me? And here's where a lot of men miss the mark. Some dive too deep, unloading stories about their past relationships. Others close off with a bitter, I've tried that, never again. Neither of these responses address what she's truly seeking. She wants to know if you're still capable of connecting, not if you're still haunted by the past. The best response is steady, grounded, but not too heavy. Say something like, life kept me busy, but now I'm open to something real, or haven't found the right one yet. Maybe until now. This shows her that you're present, that you've let go of old baggage, and that you're ready for something new. Take Gerald, for example. He's 67, handy with tools, quiet but kind. He met a woman in a community garden. Their first conversations were about tomatoes. Nothing special. Then, one day, she asked him, why aren't you married? Gerald panicked and mumbled something about things not working out. The next week, she stopped coming around. Later, he said to me, I didn't realise she was asking because she was thinking about us. That's how these questions work. Light on the surface, but with deeper intentions beneath. Here's another one that catches men off guard. Do you date younger women? Some men puff their chest out, treating it like a compliment. Others get defensive, making jokes or brushing it off. But she's not looking for bravado or a punchline. She wants to know if you can see her as more than just a friend, if age matters or if your connection with her goes deeper than that. It's not about numbers, it's about presence. Avoid the cliches. Don't rattle off a list of types or make her feel like she's just another notch in your belt. Instead, say something like, I don't really date by age. I connect with people based on energy. Or, what matters to me is how someone makes me feel, not the year they were born. This shows maturity, depth, and most importantly, it makes her feel like she matters in this moment. Not because of her age, but because there's something real between the two of you. I remember Arcus, 59, a sharp dresser and great conversationalist. He met a woman in a bookstore, and after a coffee and some laughs, she asked, "Do you date younger women?" With a smile, he replied, "I like women who bring good energy, no matter their age." Her smile wasn't just polite, it was hopeful. That night, dinner followed. Dinner led to more. Why? Because he didn't miss the moment when the door cracked open. She's not looking to match you with someone else. What she's really asking is whether she fits into your world, whether she belongs there. And too many men miss the mark by responding too literally, talking about looks, hobbies, interests. It's like reading a menu, item by item. But what she truly wants to know is, am I enough for you? The best response isn't about physical traits or shared hobbies. It's about the qualities that matter most in any strong relationship. Think kindness, curiosity, the ability to laugh even when life's tough. When she hears that, she's not just comparing herself to an ideal, she's picturing herself in your life. I remember a story from Elliot, 62, a retired firefighter. A woman he met while volunteering casually asked him this very question. His answer was simple but telling. Someone who brings peace just by being there. Later she told him, "I was hoping I was your type." And she meant it. Now, let's talk about charm. If she smiles and asks, "Are you always this charming?" don't dismiss it as mere banter. That playful tease is one of the few times when attraction is laid bare between you two. She's not just complimenting you. She's testing how you respond. Do you brush it off with a joke? Or do you meet her warmth with quiet, steady confidence? The best response? Keep it simple, genuine, and just a bit vulnerable. You might say, "Only when I'm with someone who brings it out of me," or "I save it for moments that matter." This kind of reply doesn't push or pull. It opens the door softly, showing her you're present and unafraid of emotional intimacy. Alan, 68, once shared a moment with me about a dinner party where a woman leaned in and asked him, "Are you always this charming?" His response? "That depends. Are you always this curious?" She couldn't take her eyes off him the rest of the night. Then there's the question that might throw you off. Why don't you have a girlfriend? It sounds casual enough, but it's actually one of the most telling things a woman can ask. She's not just making small talk. She wants to know if you're still capable of real emotional connection. If you respond with bitterness or defeat, she'll hear it loud and clear. But if you answer with openness and possibility, it leaves room for something real. Try saying, "I've taken my time, but I'm open to being surprised." Or, "I've been working on myself, and I think I'm finally ready for something real." William, 71, a sharp and elegant gentleman, told me about a woman asking him this very question at a gallery event. He looked her straight in the eyes and said, "I've been learning to be a better man. Now I'm ready for a better kind of love." And that was all it took. Finally, the bravest question of them all. Would you ever date someone like me? Wrapped in humour and a smile, this is a little vulnerability disguised as curiosity. She's putting her heart out there just a bit, testing the waters. How you respond to this question will tell her whether you're open to the possibility of something more. It's raw. It's real. The wrong answer, stalling, joking, dodging, can cut deeper than you realise. The right one? Honest, clear and gentle, something like, "I'd be lucky if I could." Charlie, 66, a no-nonsense ex-military man, shared a story with me. He'd been slowly growing close to a woman, and one evening, as the sun began to fade, she asked him, "Would you ever date someone like me?" He looked her in the eye and said, "I think I'd be a fool not to." She took his hand, and they kept walking. That's how you meet a moment with grace. And here's a reminder. Some of the clearest signs of interest don't come from words. They come from her body. The way she leans in, how her eyes linger just a moment too long, a soft touch on your arm, a laugh that lasts a beat longer than it should. These aren't accidents. They're signals, subtle but real. Daniel, 70, a widower, told me about a woman in his film club. She'd sit closer, touch his hand during jokes. He thought it was nothing until she stopped. And when that quiet warmth faded, he realised she'd been waiting for him to notice. But by then, the moment had passed. That's how non-verbal attraction works. It's silent, but powerful. And if you're not paying attention, it slips away before you even know it. Here's the truth. After 50, attraction doesn't shout. It whispers. It asks soft questions. It leans in with a smile, and when it does, your job isn't to perform, it's to notice, to show up, to meet her with honesty and warmth, not cleverness. When you do that, everything changes. Because you're not just another man. You're the man who makes her feel seen. If this message hit home, don't just think about it. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell so we can keep bringing real conversations to men like you. Men who still have something powerful to give and even more left to show.